Imagine a life where your time is truly your own, where work is a choice, not a necessity. This is the promise of the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early. Originating in the 1990s, the FIRE movement has captured the imagination of millions seeking freedom from the traditional 9 to 5 grind. At its core, FIRE is about maximizing savings, investing wisely, and living below your means to achieve financial independence. Once you reach that point, you can retire early, if you choose, and live life on your own terms. The appeal of FIRE lies in its promise of autonomy and flexibility. In a world where economic uncertainty is the norm, the security that comes with financial independence is incredibly attractive. FIRE enthusiasts often follow a disciplined saving strategy, typically saving 50% or more of their income. They invest these savings into diverse portfolios, aiming for a nest egg large enough to cover their living expenses for the rest of their lives. Over the past decade, the FIRE movement has grown significantly thanks to online communities and influencers who share their journeys and strategies. It resonates particularly with millennials and Gen Z who value experiences over possessions and crave the freedom to explore life outside the confines of traditional employment. But the question remains, how do you adapt these principles to a dynamic and ever-changing economy? That's what we'll explore today. But first, let's delve into the new strategies that are reshaping the FIRE landscape as we approach 2026. The world has experienced a whirlwind of economic changes since 2020, and understanding these shifts is crucial for anyone pursuing the FIRE movement. Let's start with the COVID-19 pandemic, which not only reshaped our daily lives, but also disrupted global economies. Overnight, remote work became the norm, and businesses had to adapt quickly to survive. This shift opened up new opportunities for location-independent work, a key component for those seeking financial independence and early retirement. The pandemic also taught us the importance of having an emergency fund, as job security suddenly became a thing of the past for many. Next, let's talk about inflation. Inflation rates have skyrocketed in recent years, reaching levels not seen in decades. This rise in inflation has eroded purchasing power, making it more challenging to save and invest effectively. As a result, many FIRE enthusiasts have had to reassess their strategies, focusing on investments that outpace inflation, such as real estate, stocks, and even cryptocurrencies. The need for diversified portfolios has never been more apparent. The job market has also seen significant transformations. Automation and artificial intelligence are reshaping industries, leading to the decline of certain jobs, but also the creation of new ones. Gig economy jobs and side hustles have become increasingly popular, offering flexible income streams that align perfectly with FIRE goals. However, this new dynamic also demands continuous learning and adaptation to stay relevant in a rapidly changing landscape. But that's not even the best part. These economic shifts have also opened doors to innovative financial tools and platforms, empowering individuals to take control of their financial futures like never before. So, what are these tools and how can they help you accelerate your path to FIRE? Stay tuned as we dive deeper into these strategies. Here's the thing, in 2026, the path to financial independence retire early FIRE is starting to look a lot like navigating a financial minefield. Let's talk about the new challenges that are shaking up traditional FIRE plans. First up, the ever-increasing cost of living. Inflation rates have been on a roller coaster ride, and everyday expenses like housing, food, and transportation are climbing faster than many people's salaries. For those on the FIRE path, this means a larger nest egg is needed to sustain the same lifestyle in retirement. Next, we can't ignore healthcare expenses. With medical costs skyrocketing, planning for healthcare in early retirement is a daunting task. Many FIRE enthusiasts relied on the assumption that they could minimize healthcare expenses with minimal coverage or by traveling to cheaper countries. However, geopolitical uncertainties and changing policies have made medical tourism less predictable, pushing healthcare costs higher than many had planned for. And then there's market volatility. The investment landscape is more unpredictable than ever, with global events causing dramatic market swings. Traditional investment strategies that worked a decade ago might not hold up in today's rapidly changing economy. This volatility can lead to significant fluctuations in portfolio values, challenging the assumption that a steady withdrawal rate will suffice. But here's the kicker. These challenges, while daunting, don't spell doom for the FIRE movement. They demand a shift in strategy and mindset. The key is adaptability and resilience. We'll dive into how you can do just that in our next section. But remember, understanding these challenges is your first step in crafting a robust FIRE strategy that can weather the storms of 2026 and beyond. Stick with us because the best part is yet to come. Let's dive into the evolving investment strategies that are helping FIRE advocates stay ahead in a dynamic economy. First up, diversification in global markets. Now more than ever, it's crucial to think beyond domestic stocks. With economic shifts happening worldwide, investing across different countries can provide a buffer against local market volatility. Imagine your portfolio as a buffet, filled with opportunities from Asia, Europe, and emerging markets. Not only does this spread risk, but it also taps into growth potential where economies are expanding faster than at home. Next, let's talk about the rise of ESG investing. Environmental, social, and governance factors are no longer just buzzwords. They're becoming essential criteria for investors who want their money to align with their values. But here's the kicker. ESG investments have been outperforming traditional funds over the past few years. Companies with strong ESG ratings tend to be more resilient and better managed, making them an attractive option for those on the FIRE path aiming for sustainable long-term growth. And then there's the role of cryptocurrencies in FIRE portfolios. Cryptos are more than just digital gold. They're becoming an integral part of diversification strategies. While volatile, they offer a unique opportunity for substantial returns. Just think of Bitcoin or Ethereum, which have seen massive growth spurts. But it's not just about the big names. Exploring altcoins or even DeFi projects can offer ways to hedge against traditional market swings. However, it's important to tread carefully and only allocate a small portion of your portfolio to this high-risk, high-reward space. But that's not even the best part. Each of these strategies can be tailored to your risk tolerance and financial goals, creating a customized path to financial independence. By embracing global diversification, ESG principles, and selective crypto investing, you're not just chasing returns, you're building a resilient portfolio designed to thrive in the present and future economy. Remember, the economy is ever-changing, and so too should your investment strategies. Stay informed, stay adaptive, and you're one step closer to achieving your FIRE dreams. Technology is reshaping the FIRE movement in ways we could hardly imagine a decade ago. Imagine having a financial advisor in your pocket 24/7. That's the power of financial apps and robo-advisors. They offer personalized investment strategies, track your spending, and help you optimize your savings all with minimal fees. This accessibility allows you to make informed decisions without needing a degree in finance. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Online communities, think of them as your personal support network, full of people with the same goal: financial independence. These platforms provide a space to share experiences, tips, and even pitfalls to avoid. It's like having a mastermind group at your fingertips, amplifying your learning curve exponentially. However, technology isn't without its risks. Relying solely on algorithms can sometimes mean missing the nuances of market changes or personal circumstances. And let's not forget about data privacy. As you use these tools, your financial information could be vulnerable to breaches. So, what's the takeaway? Use technology as a tool, but not a crutch. Balance it with traditional wisdom and your own judgment. Follow the trends, but remember, it's your financial journey. The blend of technology and personal insight could be your secret weapon in achieving FIRE. But that's not all. There are more innovative strategies to explore that could accelerate your journey even further. Let's talk about alternative income streams, a crucial pillar for anyone pursuing financial independence, retire early, or FIRE, especially in the dynamic economy of 2026. As the traditional 9 to 5 becomes less reliable, diversifying your income sources is not just an option, it's a necessity. Picture this: you're working your day job, but alongside, you're running a successful Etsy shop or renting out a spare room on Airbnb. These extra streams can significantly accelerate your path to financial independence. The gig economy is booming more than ever. Platforms like Upwork and Fiverr allow you to monetize skills you might have never considered lucrative, whether it's graphic design, writing, or even voiceover work. Turning your talents into income streams can provide substantial flexibility and financial security. But that's just scratching the surface. Consider side hustles. They can range from consulting work to starting a small business. In 2026, technology has lowered the barrier to entry for entrepreneurs, making it easier to launch an online store or a digital product. For instance, creating and selling an online course on a platform like Teachable can provide a steady stream of passive income long after the initial setup. And of course, real estate remains a solid option. With the advent of fractional ownership and REITs, you no longer need massive capital to get started. Investing in properties, even on a small scale, can yield consistent returns and build wealth over time. But here's the kicker: combining multiple income streams often leads to exponential growth in your finances. Each stream supports the other, creating a safety net and accelerating your journey to FIRE. So, what's holding you back from exploring these opportunities? In the next section, we'll dive into how to manage and optimize these income streams for maximum efficiency. When pursuing financial independence and early retirement, it's easy to feel like you're navigating uncharted waters. But here's a little secret: you're not alone. One of the most powerful assets you can leverage in the FIRE movement is the community and support networks that have sprung up around it. Imagine this as your financial tribe, a group that understands your goals, speaks your language, and is ready to support you on your journey. Take, for example, the ChooseFI community, which has grown into a vast network of like-minded individuals sharing resources, tips, and experiences. They not only offer guidance, but also foster an environment of motivation and accountability. Whether it's through their active forums, local meetups, or insightful podcasts, this community empowers its members to stay committed to their FIRE goals. Another shining example is the subreddit r/financial independence, where thousands gather to discuss strategies, celebrate successes, and troubleshoot setbacks. This online hub is a treasure trove of advice and camaraderie, proving that the collective wisdom of a community can be a game changer. But that's not even the best part. These communities aren't just about financial advice, they're about building relationships. Members often find lifelong friends and mentors who help keep the fire burning bright, offering encouragement when the going gets tough. As you immerse yourself in these networks, you'll discover that achieving financial independence isn't just about the numbers, it's about the journey you share with others. And trust me, that makes all the difference. As we gaze into the future of the FIRE movement, several key trends begin to emerge. First, the economic landscape is in constant flux. With technological advancements accelerating, traditional job roles are evolving. This means there will be even more opportunities for remote work and digital entrepreneurship, allowing FIRE aspirants to generate income streams that were unimaginable a decade ago. But with these opportunities come challenges. The gig economy, while flexible, often lacks the stability of traditional employment, requiring FIRE enthusiasts to be more agile and diversified in their income strategies. Moreover, societal attitudes towards retirement are shifting. The idea of working until 65 is becoming less appealing, especially to younger generations who value experiences over material possessions. This cultural shift supports the FIRE ethos, potentially leading to wider acceptance and more resources devoted to early retirement strategies. However, economic volatility remains a significant concern. Inflation, market corrections, and geopolitical tensions could all impact investment returns. FIRE followers need to be prepared to adapt their plans, ensuring they are not overly reliant on a single asset class or investment strategy. This might mean incorporating more conservative investments or exploring alternative assets like real estate, commodities, or even cryptocurrencies. But here's the exciting part. The FIRE movement's core philosophy of financial independence is more relevant than ever. In a world where job security is not guaranteed and traditional pensions are becoming rare, taking control of your financial future is essential. As we move forward, the FIRE community will likely continue to innovate, sharing new strategies that reflect the changing economic landscape. The journey to financial independence will become more personalized, with tailored approaches to suit different risk appetites and lifestyle goals. So, While the path may be evolving, the destination remains the same, a life of freedom and choice. As we wrap up our deep dive into the FIRE movement for 2026, let's reflect on the key insights we have explored. In an ever-changing economy, adaptability is your greatest ally. We've discussed the importance of diversifying not just your investment portfolio, but also your income streams. By embracing side hustles or passive income opportunities, you can cushion yourself against market volatility. We also highlighted the significance of staying informed about emerging markets and technologies. These are not just buzzwords, they represent real opportunities to achieve financial independence faster. Remember, flexibility is crucial. Your FIRE strategy should be a living document, evolving with new information and personal circumstances. Now it's time for you to take action. Assess where you currently stand financially and consider how these new strategies can align with your goals. Are you prepared to pivot if the economy shifts? If not, what steps can you take today to build that flexibility? Don't forget to subscribe for more insights that can help you on your path to financial independence and location freedom. Keep learning, stay flexible, and remember, achieving FIRE requires both a solid plan and the willingness to adapt. Always consult with a financial advisor for personalized advice.